Hi, Hiram here. I got a comment from maveraver on my Let's Bake Bannock 2. He said, Hiram, would it be possible to try this in the Swedish Army mess kit? He was going to try to give it a go, but he can't find his burner, so he asked me if I would do it. So I thought, pretty cool, let's try it. It should work. Let me light this and just get that going so it heats up. What I'm going to try today, though, instead of Bannock, is this stuff, Betty Crocker chocolate chip muffin mix. It's another one of those where you just add water. You don't have to add milk or eggs or anything. I like these because it's very handy. So what I did was I divvied up the bag into 2 portions. Now this is a case where, yeah, that's lit. This is a case where you follow the instructions. On the Bannock, like I said, I just play that by eye. I just put water in until it looks like it's ready. These, you should follow the instructions, and it says a half a cup of water for the full package. So since I divided it by 2, I'll put a 1/4 cup of water in, rather than going tablespoon by tablespoon. And then we'll just mix this up. Now this is all right if this is a little watery. It works out. Now this is chocolate chip. Probably, I mean, I've had this in the oven and it works pretty good. It's not as good as doing it from a scratch rather, but not bad for a mix. Okay. So there I have that going. What I'm going to do here is, in the Swedish Army kit, it's a strange shape. So I'm not going to be able to put my tart tin in there. So what I came up with was, I can elevate with this. This will go into the bottom of the pot. See it down there? And I'm going to use these as my muffin tins. These are some aluminum cups that I got at Goodwill for, I don't know, I guess it was 40 cents or so for a bunch of them. I already sprayed oil on it. Let's just try divvying up the muffin mix between the 2 of these. Now remember, you don't want to fill this up to the top because this does expand. Usually halfway up your muffin pan or whatever is a good thing to go for. It may go a little bit above that, but halfway is good, usually. Okay, that's pretty well divvied up between 2 of them. Also, it says don't eat this stuff raw. A lot of people like to stick their finger in it and eat it, but good way to get sick. So I just put these into the mess kit, so it's setting up off the bottom on that pan. I may have put a little too much alcohol in here. I wanted to try to fill it up so that it'll go for the long haul. Well, while that's heating up, FIyingPengwin also made a comment on the Let's Dry Bake Bannock 2. He said, wouldn't it be possible by constantly opening the lid and checking to see if the bannock was done or not, that heat was lost and had to be rebuilt again? Like opening the oven door every 15 minutes whilst roasting a turkey. It would just prolong the process. So if the lid remained on for the whole 45 minutes, could it be possibly completely cook the bannock? That is true. I had to keep looking at it because I didn't have any clue as to how long it would take to cook the bannock in that thing, in the setup I had. Normally what you have to do is you have a time frame, like on this recipe. It says bake for 16 to 21 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So once this gets going, that's what I'll give it. I'll give it, say 18 minutes, divided by, in the middle of that, and see what happens. You shouldn't play with food when you're trying to cook it. Just leave it go. But then again, I'm rambling here. You should practice with this stuff at home before you have to go out and actually depend on it. Okay, I'm going to cut here for just a minute and let this come up to heat, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now that's come up to bloom. What I do is put the pot stand on. I think what I'm going to do is put the cover on this slightly, if I can do that. There we go. And then just lower this down on the stove. Start this up, and let's see where it goes from here. Okay, so there we're on 16 minutes. Let's give it a look. Looks good. Okay, now this doesn't work with the toothpick bit. You have to, it says on the instructions, golden brown and top spring back when touched. Well, that's what it's doing. So let's take this off the fire. This part I hadn't really thought about. Put that there. This is where you always need a set of pliers. Okay, remember, take the rubber out of your lid on this one. Well, the other one too, but make sure you take the rubber out. It makes a heck of a mess if you don't. Okay, let me just put that there for the minute. Reach in with your needle nose, get these out. And the instructions also say let it set for 2 minutes before you try taking it out, unless you use papers on it. So I'm going to cut here, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, there we've let it set for about 2 or 3 minutes. There's your chocolate chip muffins. That's still warm, but not hot. Not bad looking. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Ah, comes right out. Maybe a little overdone, but that might be from the chocolate. A little over brown maybe. Have to see what it tastes like. Let's tear it apart. Looks nice inside. Let's see if this is burn tasting or what. Excuse me. No, it's just dark. It's not burned. But there you have it. You can make muffins in the Swedish Army mess kit. What was that, about 16, 17 minutes? I forget now. But all you have to do is you have to come up with something to use in here. Could actually have used this probably, what I used for my offset. Just get another one, set it on the top like that. You just want to get it off the bottom of the pot so that it doesn't get all the heat from the Trangia burner. What I did with these was it would have looked like this in the pot. So it was elevated up off the bottom. Okay, so I thank maveraver for that one. I'm going to go and enjoy myself a couple of muffins. So I thank you for watching. I thank maveraver. And I look forward to your input like this. Questions, remarks, helpful suggestions. And as always, watch for my buddy Max. Bye now.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.